Welcome friend, welcome to our new YouTube channel Learning and Creativity. Force and laws of motion is today's topics. So first of all, what is force? Force is an action of one body to the other. In other words, force is either pull or push. A force can accelerate a body, change its shape and size. So what is force? Force is an action which works from one body to the other body. And when we apply a force, body can accelerate, body can change its shape and size. We can perform various types of force in our day-to-day activity. Example, just like force can move a body lying at rest. Suppose a body is in rest, after applying force, the body start move. Example 1, kicking a stationary football. When you kick a stationary football, it starts motion. Hitting a ball with a bat. It is the same example. Second type of force is force can stop a moving body. So when you apply force to a moving body, it will stop. Just like a goalkeeper. Suppose you are a goalkeeper, you are standing in front of a goal, and when football comes, you just apply force, the ball will stop. A goalkeeper stopping a football moving toward the goal post. A moving bicycle, suppose you are cycling, a moving bicycle coming to rest on applying brakes. Force can rotate a body. For closing a door, you apply a push. Force can change the direction. When a batsman hits a ball, he changes the direction of the ball. Force can change the shape and size. On stretching a spring, when you stretch a spring, its length is changed. A force can accelerate a body, change the shape and size, or produce a rotational effect. So when you apply a force on a body, it accelerate the body, change the shape or size, or produce a rotational force or rotational effect. So clear friend, what is force? Now, very important example or concept, resultant force. What is resultant force? Suppose this is a body. This body having some mass. Suppose A is a person and B is a person, right? A applying force 2 Newton and B applying force 3 Newton. Then the body move this direction, right? Now another same mass body 2, and C is a person. So C is applying same force and body is moving in the same direction. So what is the applying force of C? If the body is same mass and moving to same direction with applying to same force, so it should be resultant force. I means A force is 2n, B force is 3n. So C force will be 2 plus 3 equal to 5. Right friend? So resultant force equal to AF plus BF. That means 2n plus 3n equal to 5n. Suppose, now I'll explain. We observe that a body in general is under the influence of 2 or more forces. We need to find the effect produced by all the forces. So, what is the affected forces is called resultant force, right? The resultant force of a number of forces acting on a body is single force which produce the same effect as produced by all the forces taken together. So remember friend, the resultant force of a number of forces acting on a body. Resultant force is a number of forces acting on a body is single force which produce the same effect as produced by all the forces taken together. Clear? balance force. When the force acting on a body, the effect cancel out each other in such a way that the resultant force is zero, then these forces are said to be balance force. Suppose this is a body. A is applying force this direction and B is applying force opposite direction, but magnitude is same. So these two resultant force will opposite to each other and magnitude is same. So resultant force will be zero. So there will be no displacement, right? This force is called balance force. So clear, friend? This is a body. A is applying suppose 5 Newton force this direction. B is applying 5 Newton force this direction. Both forces are same but direction is different. So resultant opposite force is zero. There will be no movement. So this is called balance force. If a number of forces acting on a body produce zero acceleration, then the forces are balance force. If a number of forces acting on a body produce zero acceleration, then the forces are balance force. So if I say balance force, so there will be another force which is unbalanced. If a number of forces acting on a body produce an acceleration in the body, then the force acting are called unbalanced force. Unbalanced force. So the same example, if A is 10, B is 5, opposite direction, so the body will move this side, right? So this is unbalanced force. Clear? Now, remember this point. If force acting on an object are balanced, if balance force apply, a object at rest or remain at rest. So balance force if we apply in a body, if body is in rest, then it will same remain at rest, A equal to 0. There will be no acceleration. Otherwise, an object in motion remains in motion with the same velocity. So when balance force apply, there will be no change of state. Rest body will be rest and motion body will be in motion. In a force acting on an object are unbalanced. If unbalanced force is applied, object is accelerating. Object is accelerating. Right? Suppose if this is a body, if we apply unbalanced force, this body is accelerating. But if we apply same force from both the direction, then this body will not move. So this is unbalanced force. It is important that through balanced force do not produce any acceleration. This force may produce a change in shape of a body. Suppose balanced force is applying from 5 Newton from this direction and 5 Newton from this direction. So there will be no acceleration, but after some times this body will break or change its shape, right? Suppose this is a AC remote. If I apply same force from both directions, then after some times this remote will broken, right? So what is the formula of force? Hope I have cleared what is balanced force and what is unbalanced force. Now the formula of force F is equal to mass into acceleration. Force F is the product or multiply of mass and acceleration, right? So hope you have watched my previous video, equation of motion. Just like S is the distance, U is the initial velocity, V is the final velocity and T is the time. So S is equal to ut plus half at square, V is equal to u plus at, V square is equal to u square plus 2as. Remember these three formula. These three formula are very important to solve any mathematical problem, right? Now come to what is the unit of force. Unit of force. There are two systems, CGS and MKS. CGS. In CGS, mass unit is gram, distance centimeter, time second. So acceleration centimeter per second square. Force equal to mass into acceleration. Mass means gram and acceleration means centimeter per second square. So gram centimeter per second square. This is called dyne. So in CGS, force unit is dyne. And in MKS, mass unit is kg, distance meter, time second, acceleration unit is meter per second square. So one force equal to 1 kg into 1 meter per second square. So kg meter per second square, that means Newton. So in MKS, the force unit is Newton. Now, very interesting thing. What is the relation between dyne and Newton? So 1 Newton means 1 meter. 1 Newton means this force producing acceleration of 1 meter per second square of 1 kg body. So 1 Newton equal to 1 kg into 1 meter per second square. 1 kg means 1000 gram. 1 meter equal to 100 centimeter per centimeter per second square. So total number of 0 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means 10 to the power 5. 1 Newton equal to 10 to the power 5 dyne. Clear? So in CGS, force unit is dyne, and in MKS, force unit is Newton. Now, one example. What would be the force required to produce an acceleration 2 meter per second square on a body of mass 12 kg? So what would be the force required? So asking force, that means asking F. Now data given m equal to 12 kg, a equal to acceleration equal to 2 meter per second square. So simple formula, F is equal to ma, mass into acceleration, 12 into 2, that means there are same unit kg meter, so it is in MKS. 12 into 2, 24 Newton. Clear? Next, another example. A bike moving a velocity 90 km per hour and it takes 5 seconds to stop after the brake applied. Calculate the force applied by the brake. Its mass along with rider is 200 kg. So first velocity or initial velocity is 90 km per hour. This thing. Final velocity after applying the brake, bike stops. So V equal to 0. Total time taken, it takes 5 seconds, right? So total time taken T equal to 5 seconds. Acceleration is no information. So we need to find acceleration. So we know formula V is equal to U plus AT, but it is retardation, not acceleration. After applying brake, it is retardation and bike tends to its velocity 0. V is equal to U minus AT. Why minus A? Because it is retardation. U minus AT. So now V is equal to 0, U minus AT. A is equal to U by T. U value is 90 km per hour and T equal to 5 seconds. 90 km per hour, we need to convert this 90 km per hour to meter per second. So 90 into 5 by 18. Easy trick. When you convert kilometer per hour to meter per second, just multiply it 5 by 18. You will get meter per second. For details, you should watch my previous video, which is linear motion. 18, 5 is 90, 5 5 is 25, 5 meter per second. Now we got the A. So what is the applied force? F equal to m into A. M is the mass of the body, that is 200 kg. 200 kg into 5, that means 1000 Newton. Clear this problem? Now next, Newton first law. There are three laws of three laws of motion. First law, second law and third law. First law. Suppose this is a body, right? Or this is an object. With no outside unbalanced force, this object will never move. If we do not apply any outside force, any outside unbalanced force. So clear why I am giving so many times to clearing the idea balance and unbalance. Unbalanced force generate acceleration. So if we not apply any unbalanced force, this body will be in rest. And in case of this body, this is a moving body. With no outside force, this object will never stop. This object will never stop if we do not apply any outside force. So what is the laws of motion? A body at rest will remain at rest, and a body in motion will remain in motion with the same speed and same direction unless an unbalanced force acts on it to change its state of rest or of uniform motion. So a body at rest will remain at rest, and a body in motion will remain in motion with the same speed and same direction. Static body will be static and motion body will be in motion unless an unbalanced force acts on it to change its state of rest or uniform motion. Clear? Consider a wooden block kept on a horizontal surface at rest. This is a wooden block kept in a horizontal surface. It will remain at rest unless someone moves it. Until we do not apply any force, it will be in rest. When you send a block sliding on a tabletop, the sliding block slow down and ultimately stop. Why? So that means it does not follow the Newton's first law, but it follow. Why? Because we do not consider there is a frictional force and air force. Right? If we remove these two forces, then if we sliding one body from table, then it will moving on and moving on. Thus, Newton's first law of motion leads to the definition of force. So without force, rest body will be in rest and uniform motion body in uniform motion. So from Newton's first law, we will get the definition of force. Force is a push or pull which change or tends to change the state of rest or uniform motion of body. Newton's first law also define inertia. So we will get two information from Newton's first law. First is the force. So hope force idea is clear. And now next is inertia. So what is inertia? The tendency of a body to oppose any change in its state of rest or motion is called inertia. Just mean body tendency, it will stay in same state which it was previously. The tendency of a body to oppose any change in its state of rest or motion is called inertia of the body. So rest body will be in rest or uniform motion body will be in uniform motion of body. This is called inertia. This is a tendency of a body, right? So inertia are three types. One is the static inertia, that means rest. Another is the dynamic motion inertia and inertia of direction. So static inertia, inertia of motion and inertia of direction. So what is static inertia? The resistance offered by body to change its state of rest is called static inertia of the body. The resistance offered by body to change its state of rest is called static inertia of the body. What is inertia of motion? The resistance offered by a body to change its state of motion is called inertia of motion. And last one, what is inertia of direction? The resistance offered by a body to change its direction of motion is called inertia of direction. Note, a heavier body offers more inertia from A heavier body offers more inertia than a lighter body for all the three types of inertia. Heavier body offers more inertia, lighter body offers less inertia. Second law, Newton's second laws of motion. This is a force, right? F, large force, and this is small force, same body. Acceleration is dark, large acceleration. This is acceleration is light acceleration. The more force, the more acceleration. If we apply more force, body will more accelerate. If we apply less force, the body less accelerate. The rate of change of momentum of a body with respect to time is directly proportional to the net external force acting on the body and take place in the direction of force. So Newton's second law state the rate of change of momentum of a body. The rate of change of momentum of a body with respect to time is directly proportional to the net external forces. Suppose the mass of body is m, its initial velocity is u, and final velocity is v. Then the average change of momentum. So what is momentum? Momentum is the product of mass and velocity. So final momentum is m into final velocity, and initial momentum is m into initial velocity u. So change of momentum, final minus initial, mv minus mu. According to law, applied external force F is directly proportional to rate of change of momentum. Rate of change means this is a change of momentum, mv minus mu, and rate means in a particular time interval. So F directly proportional to mv minus mu by t. If we remove this proportional sign, we need a constant. K is a constant. F is equal to K into mv minus mu by t. The value of K is 1 in SI system. F equal to m into v minus u by t. Now you know this formula. I have told you these three formulas very important. V is equal to u plus at. So find the value of A, v minus u by t. So this will be A. F is equal to ma. So you are getting the definition of force. Momentum. What is momentum? It is a product of mass and velocity. Linear momentum is defined as the quantity of motion contained in body. Quantity of motion contained in body is called linear momentum. SI unit of momentum. So you know what is the SI unit of mass is kg. SI unit of velocity is meter per second. So unit of linear momentum is kg meter per second. Clear? So clear what is Newton's second law and what is momentum? Now Newton's third law. Third law is very easy. To each and every action there is equal and opposite reaction. To each and every action there is equal and opposite reaction. Action and reaction force. Action and reaction forces occur simultaneously. It is wrong to think the first action occurs and it is followed by reaction. No. Action and reaction apply to different body and it is simultaneously, not one after another. Clear? Force always occur in pairs. If a body exerts a force on another body, then the second body also exerts an equal and opposite force on the first body. Suppose this is body A, its mass is ma, applied force is Fa, and acceleration is A. This is second body B, mass mb, applied force Fb, and acceleration Ab. So A body apply force this direction, Fa to B, Fab. B body applies same force this direction, Fba, B to A. So Fab is the action force and Fba is the reaction force. force according to Newton's third law, FAB equal to minus FBA. So what is the formula of FAB? FAB means MA into AA. FBA, this force equal to mass of the body B, MB into AB. AA by AB equal to minus MB by MA. A inversely proportional to 1 by M, or A directly proportional to 1 by M. Heavier mass experience less acceleration. So which body is heavier get less acceleration. So if A is a person, B is a person, A apply force this direction, B apply force this direction. A is heavier, so A's movement will be very less compared to B movement. So heavier body produce less acceleration. Clear? Action and reaction force acting on a different body are equal and opposite. Just take some example. Suppose this is a man and this is a boat. When man jumps from boat to the river side, then this will apply action force this direction and reaction force this direction. So boat will slightly move to this direction. When a man jump from a boat, the boat also experience a backward jerk. This is due to action reaction pair. Just like when a bullet is fired from a gun, we observe recoiling of gun. We observe recoiling of a gun. Conservation of linear momentum. When external force acting on a system is zero. What is system? Suppose this is a system. This is external force and this is internal force, right? The total linear momentum of the system remains constant. When external force acting on a system is zero, the linear momentum of the system remains constant. We know external force F externals acting on a body produce change in momentum per unit time. F external equal to mv minus mu by t. F according to second law, rate of change of momentum mv minus mu by t. Now external force is zero. F external is zero. So F external is zero. mv minus mu by t. mv equal to mu. The final momentum is equal to initial momentum. Momentum is conserved. Final momentum is equal to initial momentum. So momentum is conserved. Linear momentum. It is defined as the quantity of motion contained in a body. It is product of mass and velocity. Linear momentum P equal to m into v. Unit kg meter per second. Collision between two bodies. Suppose this is body A, this is body B. Its initial velocity UA, its initial velocity UB, mass MA, mass MB. And during collision A and B, if A apply force this direction, FAB, FBA, and after this. So UA greater than UB, total initial momentum is MUA, MAUA plus MBUB. At the time of collision, FAB A to B and FBA B to A. After collision, the initial velocity of A VA and B is VB. FAB equal to MAVA minus MAUA by T. FBA equal to MBVB minus MBUB by T. So this is the Newton's second law. Rate of change of momentum is equal to force. Now Newton's third law. FAB equal to minus FBA. Just put the value and calculate. MAVA plus MBVB equal to MAUA plus MBUB. So what is the MAUA plus MBUB? Initial and final momentum is this. MAUA, MAVA plus MBVB. Clear? So final momentum equal to initial momentum. Thank you, friend. Thank you for listening.